All right, Jason, thanks for coming on the pod.
What's happening, boys?
Good to have you in Galway.
Good to be in Galway. I love Galway, man.
Yeah.
What spot?
Yeah. So do you want to just tell us a bit about, first of all, where were you born? It was a Singapore, it was Australia.
I was born in Dublin.
Dublin, okay.
Up the Rotunda. Up the fucking Rotunda. I moved to Australia when I was 2. Lived in Australia till I was like 6, and then lived in Singapore till I was like 17. I moved back by myself. My family only moved back like a year ago. I was living with my grandparents out in Cabra. Cabra, D7 on top. Yeah, I've just been kind of all over the place, man. Yeah, Singapore is like where I mainly grew up. Most of my memories are from there.
You hear people say like, oh, they grew up in some country, but it's like they only spent maybe their early childhood, they're like 3 or 4.
Nah.
They don't remember it, but you were like until you were 17.
Yeah, like
it's like that's like
such
the
a dub
majority of his childhood.
He's got such a dub accent.
You know what? When I moved back, I was like, right, I need to proper become a dub. Like, I need to get back into my roots. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of Irish people in Singapore, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of Irish people in Singapore, but not like really around my age. It was all like old people, you know what I mean?
Retiring.
Yeah, like 40s, 30s, whatever.
Perfect. Yeah.
So like,
Still make friends with them.
Yeah, you know, me closest mates, obviously.
Yeah.
No, so when I came back to Dublin, I started going to school. I went to like 5th year, 6th year in Dublin. And proper was like, right, I need to learn the ways of the Irish person. So I started drinking Guinness.
Perfect place to start.
Yeah, that's the way to start, man. Yeah.
What age did you move from Australia to Singapore then?
Yeah, like 6.
Were you like midway through like primary school?
No, I started primary school when I went to Singapore.
Okay.
I think I must have been like in some sort of school, like.
So was it kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
I would like
the lack of detail.
I think.
You know, I can't really remember, man. It was a long time ago, man. I've done a lot of things since then. But yeah, I did all primary school, secondary school in Singapore with like the Singapore kids.
Okay.
Because there's 2.
This is crazy.
Yeah, because like there's two different schools in Singapore basically, where it's like the local school as well, the Singaporean kids, and then there's the international school as well, like the expat kids, all the Australians, Americans, British. So I grew up with all like Singaporeans. I was the only white guy in my school for like until I was about like 15 at least, and then we got another white guy. I was like, yeah, you're better to you, bro. When I was like 15, 16, I started like drinking and like going out with like all the white kids. I was like, yo, these white kids are crazy, bro. They doing crazy shit, man. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting place to grow up. Like, very different.
Do you not find like, you're out in Singapore, do you not find like it's tough to call it home? Even though you know you're so Irish, you're just out there. You're the only white guy in a place like this. Man. Until the other guy came along, obviously.
Yeah, shout out that guy, man.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Jack Bone, man. My guy. Yeah, I mean, I've always felt like I kind of don't really have a home. Like, you know what I mean? As sad as that might sound, like,
yeah, I'm
kind of just like a man of the world.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
How would you describe your upbringing?
Pretty chill. Nothing too crazy, like, besides from being in Singapore, you know.
The whole family in Singapore, yeah?
Had the whole family in Singapore, yeah. We'd come back to Ireland maybe like once a year, twice a year. It's when I came back to Ireland, when I was visiting, that's when I was like really seeing like the culture shock. You know what I mean? Because like Singapore was all I knew, like. Now I come back here and I'd be like, what the fuck is this place, man?
Tell us a bit about like Singapore then. Like obviously the laws and shit are very strict, aren't they?
Crazy.
We hear about some things, like one thing I've heard is like you can't chew gum or something like that.
No chewing gum. No chewing gum.
What else is there?
You can't buy chewing gum in stores, like, but shout out my granddad, used to send me chewing gum all the time. Juicy fruits on my birthday. Best birthday gift ever.
Wow.
Yeah, the laws in Singapore are crazy though. It's like 15 grams for a death penalty in Singapore of like weed.
What?
Which is like, I'd have 15.
A death penalty, yeah?
Yeah, death penalty, man. Pure hanging, like.
What else? Hanging?
Yeah.
They do. That's how they do it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's
no
fucked up.
way.
That's how they do it.
It's fucked up.
What?
Like,
Oh my god.
And yeah, I
So
got
you had 14 on you. You're like, sweet, this will do.
so 14. You're like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
grand.
nice.
I'm not gonna. Nah,
Hope they have the right weighing scale.
man.
Yeah, exactly. Dodgy Wayne's scale. Uh-oh, see you later.
14.99.
Yeah.
That was the sweet spot right there.
So get to
Nah,
What else? What else did they give you that kind of punishment for?
Everything, man. My dad got like in trouble for like jaywalking, like
Okay.
walking across the street. Like it's
Mm.
crazy. I got arrested in Singapore. My fucking school snitched on me, man. I was selling a bit of grass in the school. They fucking called the guards on me straight away. Brought me to the fucking police station, man. Had my ma come down and all. And I had 200 grams of weed at my gaff at this point. So like a little bit over 15.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit over
Like,
15.
shit tons over, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit tons.
And
yeah.
they followed me back to my gaff and all. And they were like, right, we have to search the gaff. And vapes are also illegal. And I had like a few vapes in the gaff and all.
They probably think you're like their worst nightmare. They're like, this guy needs to go.
This fucking white degenerate, like
Yeah.
What age were you at this point?
16.
Okay, and
Ish.
what was the outcome from that?
Yeah, so they followed us back to the gaff, but I had like noticed that they fell a bit behind while my mom was driving back. So I knew my window of opportunity was very small.
Right.
So as soon as I got back to the gaff, I threw everything illegal into a bag. And like everyone in Singapore lives in like HDBs, like flats. So it's all like high story apartment buildings, you know what I mean? So I threw everything into my bag, fucking threw it in the staircase, like just outside my house. Told my mom I was going downstairs to like get a drink or something. Came up, they searched my gaff and everything was fresh.
What would have happened to you if they had got you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm probably deported.
Just
I don't
deported.
know. Yeah, probably.
Because you're not a citizen.
Because I
at this
wasn't a
point.
citizen. Yeah, exactly.
So they're not gonna hang you like.
They're not gonna hang me, and I was also 16, so they probably wouldn't hang me.
They just deport you.
Yeah, straight up.
And what about the
the whole
family?
family as well
Yeah,
probably would have been deported. Like, it probably would have been fucked. Like,
Yeah.
but I was just a stupid little kid. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Not that stupid.
Any
you got
others?
away with it.
Yeah, fair.
Any other stories of your friends at the time who kind of got in similar incidents?
Man, I think everybody in Singapore just has like some story like relating to the guards, like the police. Yeah, they're all over you, man. It's a fucking like.
What's the population actually over there?
It's
I know
like
it's mad.
it's the size of London, and it has about 6 million people, I think.
Is it 6 million?
Yeah, 6 million.
God, I thought it was way more than that.
No, but you feel it though. Like there's a lot of people there, son, and it's like, yeah, it's just a crazy spot, man. You get so many different people as well, so many different cultures, super diverse. It's just a melting pot, basically, you know, because you have like all the locals, then you also have like loads of expats coming in to do business and stuff, you know.
Is it English speaking out there? Yeah.
Yeah, the main language is English. Well, the main language is actually like Singlish, which is like a slang language.
Singlish.
Singlish, yeah. It's like a slang language that incorporates like Mandarin, Malay, and Hindu into it as well. So
Right.
it's like mainly English, but then you throw in like a little Chinese word.
You don't speak that?
I do, yeah. I speak a little bit
Throw
Mandarin.
some
Like,
Singlish.
oh, here. Like, hey, bro, don't play, I tell you, brother, yesterday I lay back there, right? Then, the police officer come, he say, hey, what you doing, bro? I was like, what? Chibai.
Man,
Anyway.
it sounds
It's
Jamaican.
like, yeah, it's like Jamaican
Yeah.
/ something.
Yeah. Everyone says it sounds Jamaican. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's very
yeah.
cool.
It's interesting. You get beat over there in schools, so like
By the teachers.
Yeah, so like
Wait, what?
Wait, what do you mean?
like a proper wooden, like a bamboo cane.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they fucking
Oh my
they
God.
cane you out there, like, and they would put your school handbook in between your belt, like at the back, so if they missed, they didn't break your spine. And the guy who always used to give me the canons, man, he was the fucking tennis coach. So you had some fucking swing on him, like that shit hurt like a bitch, man. I swear to God.
Oh
Of
my
course, they'd
God.
get the tennis coach to do it.
What
like,
kind
Yeah,
of?
yeah.
What would you have to do to get that?
Oh, it
small
depends.
things?
I got it a lot for like smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
Like if you got caught smoking cigarettes in your school uniform,
Yeah.
then, and like every time you got caught smoking cigarette, you get an extra one.
Yeah.
So like your first time you get one, your second time you get two. You know what I mean? Yeah, my
Wha-
school was particularly fucked. I went to St. Patrick's Secondary School.
In
You
Singapore.
have St. Patrick's, yeah. And it was notoriously like a rough enough school. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, crazy people there.
Sounds like a movie.
It does, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's just not
What's
real,
legal
but,
over there? Cigarettes, alcohol.
Cigarettes, alcohol, nothing much
Pretty
else
fine
besides
with
from
that?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Vapes are illegal. Everything else is pretty.
What about
legal.
music then? What was like a pivotal moment in your journey so far that kind of, I guess, influenced your decision to pursue music?
You know, just I think every rapper kind of has the same story, where it's kind of like you're just hanging with friends, chilling out, might stick on a little freestyle, like, you know what I mean. So that's kind of how I started, just freestyling for my friends, you know.
In Singapore?
Yeah, I had like one of my best friends. He was a producer. He was making beats at the time, and he was also my drug dealer. So I was like, I would just hang out with him all the time,
every day.
fucking make like just rap on his beats, like. And then yeah, one of my first ever releases got like 100K on SoundCloud,
Huge.
and I was kind of like, oh shit, this is actually a thing. Like this could actually go somewhere.
Mm.
And then I did a remaster of that, Come Over If You're Sober, and that got on like Tom Dunn's News Talk over here, and I was still in Singapore, and I had like my song playing in the radio in Ireland while being in Singapore. It's just like a crazy.
Is that
moment,
because
like,
they obviously knew you were an Irish citizen?
they knew I was Irish citizen. I think shout out my dad, man. My dad, I think he would like message loads of people, just being like
Here in Ireland, like
yeah, and just being like, my son's trying to do music, man. Like he's really good. Like you should take a listen.
Did your dad did he influence you to go into music? Did he have a musical background himself, or
No, he doesn't have a musical background, but he loves music.
okay?
He's always loved music, and he's always put me on to like amazing bands, like putting on Eminem in the car and Oasis in the car, Sex Pistols, all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gave me a really diverse musical taste, but not fucking musical bone in his body, like.
Right.
Yeah.
And Come Over When You're Sober. So that was that one of the first tracks you made?
Yeah, literally.
Okay. And was it from that point then that you were like, okay, this is something I actually want to pursue, or was you just knew from the beginning?
I've always loved music. Like,
yeah,
it's just the best thing ever. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And I always knew I was all right at it. Like, I could spit a few freestyles. Like, but yeah, when that one came out and I saw how well it went down with people, it's definitely like okay, I can fucking take this shit seriously then.
When did that come out, and how many songs have you released since then?
That probably came out in like 2018.
Okay.
And I have just non-stop released music since then. I have like three EPs out, a bunch of singles out. I've never quite reached the heights of Come Over If You're Sober though. So that's the dragon I'm trying to chase. You know? Yeah.
Okay. And would you say like you're as motivated now to make music as you were when you first started? When you got that, like, you know, that hit from that?
If anything, I'm more motivated now. Being in the Dublin scene, the Irish scene, it's such a cool place to be right now, man. We have so many cool artists coming up, and like being in Dublin, especially like being a rapper in Dublin, everyone knows each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I see like a clear pathway of people who I know that have gone on to do like really good things, like Courtesy. Courtesy is doing fucking amazing at the moment. One of my boys, Fortune. So yeah, if anything, I'm more motivated now, man. Just seeing how fucking amazing people can be in the fucking Dublin music scene. Like,
yeah, it seems like, I don't know if it's the case, but it seems like there's a lot more attention being put on Irish rap.
Yeah,
lately over the last few
why
years.
Is that?
Like,
well,
I guess it's just some good talent coming out of Ireland, isn't there?
Really good talent, man.
Yeah,
really
it's probably about time now it gets showcased.
Yeah.
Like Kojak as well.
Yeah, 100%. Kojak's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's about time, like, because we've never really had like an Irish rapper make it to the fucking top.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's just about time that people recognize that, oh shit, Irish people can fucking rap. Like,
yeah,
I think for a while there was such a big stigma against the Dublin accent.
There was, you know, I remember that. It was like what 3-4 years ago. It was actually like looked down upon.
Yeah, like proper looked down upon. Like, but people like Courtesy and, you know, actually like using their accent to help them is a really cool thing.
Yeah. I think it's like, you know, some of the Dublin rappers, they actually kind of, it seemed recently, they just kind of, you know, almost like gave up on the whole like holding back their accent and just came breaking out with it. And they're just like,
100%.
started doing well from then.
As you should. Like, I mean, for me, when I rap, I don't have a Dublin accent, but that's because I didn't have any Dublin people around me. Like, you know what I mean? I was just growing up on American music. So in my head, like, this is the way to rap, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so cool seeing people like this. There's so many good Dublin rappers now, like, and like proper using the Dublinness to make them better. You know what I mean? Like, to propel them. So yeah, it's a cool time to be a part of the Irish music scene, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your motivation? Like, where do you want to get to? I know you obviously love the craft of making music, but is there anything else that's pushing you on like day to day?
Damn, I would love to quit my job. Yeah.
That's like every artist ever.
Yeah, I would love to stop working at Spoons. That would be great. Shout out Weatherspoons though. Tim Martin, my guy. Yeah.
It's good motivation.
Yeah, I mean, like, God, I mean, like, yeah, at the end of the day, I've always just set out to try and make the best music possible. You know, no matter what type of music is, whatever, just try make something undeniable. Like, so that's always gonna be my motivation. Yeah. But yeah, a bit of fucking money would be nice as well.
Are you focusing?
Talking to you out there.
Are you focused on streams, or are you focused on kind of like, you know, the fame side of things as well? Like, I suppose that
comes hand in hand, doesn't
it?
it?
Comes hand in hand as well.
Yeah, it kind of does come hand in hand.
Do you want to play shows and stuff? Is that something
I would love to play more shows, man. I feel like people don't want to book me, man, for some reason.
Why?
I don't know, man. They're just sleeping on me, bro. They sleeping on J.F.O. I'm trying to play more shows. So
there's definitely shows and stuff like that in Dublin. Like,
there's a good few shows, and I just started my own promotion company as well. And I bought a really big American artist over, Conway the Machine, who was like personally one of my favorite rappers ever.
Sick.
So bringing him over to the Button Factory in Dublin was fucking amazing.
Button Factory, some venue.
Yeah, it's some venue.
Such a nice little intimate venue.
Obviously, I made myself open for him. Like,
yeah, nice.
So that was an amazing moment, man.
Sick.
Yeah.
How would you rate your ability now compared to when you first started? Now it seems kind of rare, like that your first track was like your best performing, or maybe it wasn't your first, but it was one of your early tracks.
Yeah.
Do you think you've improved a lot since then?
Yeah. I go back and listen to that track, and I'm like, why do people like this? Like,
right.
It's fucking shite.
The people love shit music thing.
Yeah.
It's not shit though.
It's not shit. I'm not saying it's shit. I haven't heard it properly. I'm not saying it's shit.
No, but I guess that happens with everyone. Like, as your taste develops and your skills develop, you're always gonna go back and think, I could do so much better now.
For sure, no matter what it is.
It's the 10,000 hours rule, man. You
know,
you gotta put your 10,000 hours in. So yeah.
How much would you attribute to your natural ability, and then how much to like hard work?
I don't think I have any natural ability at all. Well, I probably have a bit of natural ability. Like I know when it comes to making music, I'm kind of natural. Like, I don't know any terms really or whatever. I just kind of know what sounds nice, you know. But I don't have a natural ability when it comes to like marketing myself or networking with other people. I'm very introverted. Like,
that's an issue for a lot of artists.
Yeah,
I think most creatives out there are introverts.
Yeah,
so it's tough for the marketing to
you
come
do need even with rap though, you do need the voice, right?
Yeah,
like if you have a shit voice, you're not gonna.
Yeah, if you got a shit, yeah. I've definitely heard people with a shit voice, like where like they got bars, but like they just they can't get it out right. Like, yeah.
How would you describe your style of music if you do, like, because like some of your tracks, like Come Over When You're Sober, it's more like what, like emotional, kind of low kind of sounding, and then some of the other tracks are much more like high beat, high tempo. So like, is that just depending on how you're feeling when you're writing them songs?
Yeah, I just have so many different influences. It depends what sort of mood I'm in at the moment, you know? Because I could go from like listening to Lil Peep and all the Goth Boy Clique guys for a couple months, and then go to like Freddie Gibbs, Bodie James, Mac Army, Mac Miller, all that. I have so many different influences, so I try to like take a little bit from each influence I have, you know, and bring it all together. Like, especially with like, as I was saying with my dad, like he has such a punk rock sort of musical taste, so I try to take that in a bit as well. Like, yeah, I don't want to be put in no box.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of musicians say that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any benefit to it.
Yeah, I think people just try to put people in boxes.
Yeah.
That's like what the major labels do.
Yeah.
They create a narrative like Universal and stuff like that. They'd find someone like, and they just go, "You are perfect for just this. And we're going to make you famous at just this."
Yeah, but like, what person wants to be known for just one thing? like
exactly,
you know, it's all about,
especially
like,
if you're a creative as well.
Yeah, it's all about switching up and trying new things, and just doing what feels right to you, man. Yeah.
What's your creative process like then? Do you want to like walk us through your typical how you create one of your songs?
Damn, I mean, always starts with smoking a joint.
I knew that was. I just like, I could just feel it in the air. I knew it was coming.
I knew
it.
Yeah, always starts with smoking a joint. I don't know. I've just gotten into recently making the beats as well, so that's a whole different thing. I feel like much more of an artist that way, because like most of my time, pretty much my whole career has been just YouTube beats, just like finding beats on YouTube and just going with that, you know. But being able to like actually carefully think about every little thing that goes on in the track and trying to make it like one cohesive piece of art.
You just have more control over it as well.
Yeah, 100%.
You're doing your own stuff. Like if you can make a track that suits your style.
Yeah.
Like you're just totally in control of what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. Because at the end of the day, it's made by you. Like, so.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exactly what you're feeling and what you think is cool. You know.
Did you ever use BeatStars or anything like that?
BeatStars, yeah, the like online store.
Yeah,
like,
I've only seen little pieces about it, but it's like a place where people can sell beats and stuff.
Yeah, I buy a lot of my beats off BeatStars.
I know that's where kind of some of the the up and coming rappers are using, like, rather than YouTube. You can obviously see clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
But then there's also sold on BeatStars.
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and buy the whole track and then call it your own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is that what you're doing
like,
for a while?
That's what I did with Put the Blame on Me.
Really?
Put the Blame on Me is just a YouTube beat, like.
Nice.
And I just bought a license for it off BeatStars, like.
That's it. Yeah.
But it's annoying as well because I put it up on SoundCloud and I got a copyright strike because some guy in Philippines had used the same beat.
Really?
And was it the same? Because SoundCloud sometimes get that
wrong.
No,
it was the same beat. Like, it was the same beat. But yeah, I sorted it out fast. Like,
that's a shame. You know, if you're buying the license for it, that's yours.
Yeah, but it's not exclusive license though.
Oh, really?
You can give as many licenses out as you want. There's loads of different like categories that you can buy. You know what I mean? And everything's just a little bit more expensive. Like, you could buy an exclusive that might be like 500 quid. You know what I mean? Something like that. Meanwhile, you can buy like an MP3 license for like 30 quid and be grand. Like,
how often do you write music?
When you I have to be in a mood, like, you know.
Yeah.
I have to be in the right headspace. I write a lot of music at work.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, man, I need to get out of this fucking place. I need to write some bars now. I try to write as often as I can, but at the same time, I don't want to force anything. You know, I'm trying to keep everything as organic as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you run into any like creative blocks at all?
Yeah, 100%.
Is that something that's common?
Yeah, 100%. But I think it's important to step away.
Yeah.
When you feel a creative block and, like, you know, come back to it when you feel it's right. Because the music's always going to be there, like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and, like, the music industry is always going to be there. You're not in a rush.
That's true.
That's actually a very true statement.
You got to do it when it feels right to you and you know, just trust the process and enjoy the process while you're doing it.
That's actually kind of good advice for me. I used to always think, like, just get there as soon as possible. I used to have, like, I put an age limit on myself. Like, if I'm not there by 25, like, I give up.
100%.
That kind of way.
Me too. Like, I fucking used to tell myself, if I don't make it by 21, I'm just going to kill myself.
Yeah, but it's not, like, you're not realistic. It's just an ultimatum.
Yeah,
you know
it's just like a fucking, I have to do it.
Exactly.
Man, you know what I mean?
There's no other option. Like, can't fail.
But I was also, like, you know, I started music when I was, like, 16, like.
Right.
So I'm 21 now or whatever, and I think growing up, like, I'm obviously not gonna kill myself just because I haven't fucking made it in the music industry, like, you know. But
that's just comparison, isn't it? That's the only thing.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Especially for the time that I was growing up, it was like very the SoundCloud era. So you were getting like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds all blowing up. I was just like, damn, why isn't this happening to me, man? You know what I mean? But as you grow up and you realize that, you know, everything is a process and a journey, and you just gotta enjoy the ride.
Do you have anyone helping you write music?
No, not write the music. Every lyric comes from me.
Yeah.
You know.
What's your opinion on ghostwriters in the industry? I don't know too much about it, but is it a common thing?
I mean, not in Ireland.
No, not in Ireland, but I mean, like Drake.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Drake. Fuck Drake.
Whoa, yeah, tell us why.
Oh, he's just the worst. Like,
yeah, why you don't like his bars?
I don't like what he represents, and I don't like the fact that he has become like the face of hip hop. I seen a
thing there. He actually, what is it? The first artist on like ever to hit like 100 billion streams.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm sure
that was yesterday.
He probably has like 17 different people writing one track though. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen.
I've seen the
songwriting credits.
Yeah, my god.
For Sicko
really?
Mode.
Yeah,
there's like 16 people on that bitch.
I didn't even know they give them credits.
Yeah,
okay. So
it's all on Spotify. You can see all the credits for it.
Yeah,
and
that's like writers.
And it's crazy. Like,
he might have 5 writers. He might have 5 producers.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, fair play to him. Like, he can obviously fucking market himself, and he can spit the bars. But I don't respect people who use ghostwriters, man.
Isn't Ed Sheeran a ghostwriter?
I'm sure he's write songs. Yeah,
isn't he a ghostwriter for a lot of people? I heard.
Yeah,
I don't want to say that now. We're on a podcast, but it is
now
true.
Ed's not going to come on the podcast.
I got a nod over here in the corner. It's true.
You've just ruined Ed Sheeran coming on too.
The podcast, yeah.
No, I haven't.
You better apologize.
I'm sorry, Ed.
You know
if you hear this, I'm so sorry.
You could probably still get his sister on.
You changed
though.
up biscuit. Come on. His sister, yeah.
You could probably still get the sister on for sure.
I'd say we've ruined it for the whole family now.
God damn it.
Yeah, but he definitely is, man. I know he is.
Yeah, I think it's different when it's not rap though. Rap is so competitive.
Yeah,
like
I think I was saying that to you before the pod as well.
It's a sport. Like,
it's a sport. That's it. It's 100%. Like you're always in competition with somebody else for who's got better bars, who's got the most syllables in their arsenal.
Yeah,
like, you know.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, it's different. Like, Ed Sheeran could probably write amazing songs for people. It doesn't matter, but like, I feel like there's such a just a competitiveness when it comes to rappers, and like their bars are their bars, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's totally different for the DJ scene. The DJ scene, everyone's a family. Like, it's like everyone's helping everyone.
Yeah.
It's so weird to see the different cultures like that.
Yeah, because you're not going to recognize necessarily.
Exactly that.
Yeah, okay. What's your favorite lyric then you've ever written? Do you have one?
Shit. I like lyrics that like mean a lot to me, but like people probably don't get them. You know what I mean? Like, I have this one lyric on a song called Creatures of the Night where it's like, it's been a long road from Siglap to Cabra, and like Siglap is the spot that I used to live in Singapore, and then came to Cabra, you know. Just little things like that, you know, thrown in every now and again.
Yeah. I
more have like songs that mean a lot to me. Like Come Over If You're Sober means a lot to me. And I have this new song called...
Why does it mean a lot to you?
Just because of the headspace and time that I was at, like, writing it.
Was there an inspiration behind it?
Yeah, like, I had just broken up with my first ever girlfriend. She, like, moved to Australia after, like, 5 months.
Bastard.
Yeah, fucking what a bitch, like, right? And, yeah, so... Every time I listen to that song, I can kind of just go back into that headspace and be like, damn, it's fucking depressed then, man. I'm all right, though. I'm chilling now, man. We up. I have this new song coming out that's called Nomad, and it was given to me as like homework from the head of A&R at Universal Music. I had like a meeting with him and told him my whole life story and shit, showed him a few songs, and he was like, you need to go home and write a song about your life story. I was like, fuck, okay. So like a week later, I sent him the song back. So yeah, that'll be coming out in a couple months or something like that.
Unreal.
But yeah.
Is that signed with the label?
No, not signed by the label.
He's just giving you advice to go ahead, you got to do this.
Yeah, and like we kept in contact and stuff.
Nice.
Have you been approached by any labels?
No.
Not yet.
No. I don't know if I would sign to a label.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. It'd be a nice like ego boost, you know, but I like being independent. I like having all the creative control. I like doing everything myself. I like being involved in the process, you know. That's what's fun to me.
And one of your songs, your recent song, Put the Blame on Me, I think one of your lyrics was I hope to see you in 20 years when it turns out I'm getting dummy rich.
Yeah. Facts,
yeah. Is there particular people who doubted you maybe when you were coming up and who you actually still want to prove wrong?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people in my life have never believed in me. That lyric in particular was towards my latest ex.
Okay.
So fuck her. From Castlebar, County Mayo. Nah, I can't. Nah, I'm hating.
Did she not believe in you?
So you're thinking, like,
No, I can't.
it's a free space.
I'll never be able to go Castlebar again.
No,
Now.
probably not.
Nah,
no.
thank God, shithole. Anyways.
It's okay, I've ruined it with Ed Sheeran anyway.
Yeah, we're just ruining everything here, man. Yeah. So fuck that bitch.
Okay, so what about obviously we touched on it already, but live performances. I was watching some of your videos. There's a good few people up on stage with you, isn't there, when you're performing?
Yeah, I have my two boys are always on stage with me. I have Excalibur and Objects NWO, who are like some of my best friends in the music industry. I have my my producer, who's also my DJ, Texas Plant. So yeah, we got like 4 boys on stage at any given time. But I think it gives more energy, like, you know what I mean?
It's so unique, rap, like live performances and rap compared to other genres.
Yeah, it's so different.
It's so different.
You've seen some rap people and they have like 20 man deep on stage. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like for the Conway the Machine gig, Excalibur, while I was performing, were like giving people shots of Jameson in the crowd. Like, you know what I mean? It's just something different because we're the opening act, obviously. No one's there for us. But we got to give them a little something, you know, make them fucking enjoy their night. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah. You feel more comfortable with more people on stage as well. Like,
yeah, you know, more confidence as well.
Yeah, especially just because, like, as a rapper, it's just a backing track, really.
Yeah.
I don't have like a whole band with me. So there's only me to look at if I'm.
It's like the closest thing to what looks like comedy. If it's just yourself on stage, because you're there like holding the mic by yourself.
Yeah, literally.
So yeah, you kind of have to make it look like it's more of a performance. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Do you get nervous then before them performances?
Yeah, I'm a very nervous person in general.
Okay.
Just like socially anxious.
Where do you think that comes from?
I mean, if we were going deep in it, it probably comes from like being in Singapore and being the only white guy in the schools, like, and always feeling like I had people that just like looking at me all the time. I always felt like there was just eyes on me, like, and that's a super strange feeling.
It must be. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like,
yeah, it's super weird. Like you always feel like you stand out in the room, like, and I think I sort of, it got to the point where I embraced that. I was like, right, if everyone's gonna be looking at me anyway, like, I might as well give them something fucking to look at, like. So you know what I mean?
Started getting aggressive. It sounds like this. Everyone's like, come on,
fool, look at me, yeah, yeah, fool. But yeah, no, I definitely do still get nervous. But once you're on stage though, and it gets, you're in the moment. There's nothing better, man.
After the first track, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just walking out and seeing people there, it's like, all right, we're locked in, homie. Let's fucking go. Yeah, man.
How do you find the other aspects of being an artist in terms of like the business side of it, promotion, marketing?
I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah. I've always wished I could just make fire tunes and people would respect you for that. But it's such a different game these days, man. If you don't have a big TikTok following or a big Instagram following, your music just gets swept under the rug. Like,
it's crazy. You put so many hours into it and then all of a sudden, just no outreach.
Yeah. Also, it has nothing to do with the actual music. Like, you know what I mean? People are blowing up just because of their TikToks, and it ends up getting their fucking music famous. When like there's so many better artists out there who just don't know how to market themselves properly.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
It's a shame that it's like that.
Yeah. There's pros and cons, like, because you have people who are actually doing interesting content on TikTok, you know, and stuff that you're actually like, oh, okay.
Stuff that doesn't feel like an advert.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then you have some people who are just like, get out of here. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think it's all about kind of finding your niche.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a tough process.
Yeah.
Like, the whole early days of marketing, even for most artists, like even the guys we've had on the podcast, everyone's kind of struggles in their own ways with it. You know?
100%.
You find a niche that works for you, it'll start, taking off and staying consistent. No, you said to me, stay consistent, and that's the main thing with this.
Consistency is key, man.
Yeah,
and I mean, there's so many people out there in the world. Like, there's definitely an audience out there for you somewhere. You know, you just got to find the audience.
Singapore's waiting for you, lad.
Singapore's waiting for me, man. I don't know if I can go back.
Would they like your kind of music in Singapore?
They're like, rap wouldn't be as big. Like,
what would be the biggest out there?
Man, like Chinese music, techno music. Yeah, they love their techno out there.
Really?
Yeah. Rap is kind of similar to Ireland, like where like there's a few heads in the game and there's a little bit of a scene going on, but it was never anything crazy.
Yeah.
The gig scene in Ireland or in Singapore is pretty bad.
Wow. Like, no venues or what?
No venues, no really just gigs happening. I mean, when I'm in Dublin, I go to probably like 3 gigs a week at least. Like, I'm always at a fucking gig, no matter what type of music it is.
Yeah.
But in Singapore, it just wasn't that. Like, the only people you get doing gigs are like Coldplay and fucking
big
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
like, you don't really get like the small underground scene. Like,
yeah.
So
what else have you learned about the industry then that you didn't know when you started?
Oh, so much, man. You know what? I just graduated from BIM. I did music business in BIM. And that especially has just opened my eyes to how fucking crazy the music industry is. And how many, like, turning gears there are going at any single point. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many different aspects to the industry that, like, if you're just a kid making music in your bedroom, which I was for years, you'd have no idea about
you think
all
you're going to be
this
famous.
Stuff, like,
one song, I'm going to be famous.
You think, yeah, exactly.
And all the doors start presenting themselves.
After Come Over Here For Sober blew up, man, I was practicing my autograph and everything. Like,
no way. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the music industry is so crazy, man. It's such a weird spot. But it's so cool, though. It's the best.
Yeah, you probably don't think... I was going to ask, like, do you think you're at a disadvantage being in Ireland? Because obviously the rap scene isn't as big as in the US, obviously, but you said it's a pretty good community.
Yeah, it's a pretty good community. I mean, there's definitely like, pros and cons to everything. Like people that are born in America are just at an advantage just because of how big hip hop is in America, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the community in Ireland is really blowing up at the moment, and to be a part of something like that at the beginning of it getting big, because it's only just going to keep on going up from here. So being able to like kind of be at the jump is nice.
Yeah. Have your views on life in general or music changed since you started?
Yeah, totally. I mean, like I said, I was kind of just like a little kid. Started music like 16 years old. Didn't really know what the fuck was going on. Didn't know what the world was really. Living in Singapore, especially, like, Singapore is not real life. Like, it's just
really,
it feels so fake and so like everything is so controlled. Like,
okay,
yeah, moving back here was a big thing for me. Like, it really opened up my eyes on what the real world is like, for sure.
Okay.
Can't imagine what that would be like in Singapore. I've never been, so I just don't even know.
It's a great spot. Like, if you went there for like a little holiday, it'd be nice. But like,
it's scary though. I wouldn't want to go after hearing them stories.
It's actually kind of
off
the place.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place, and like, it's so safe. There's no crime really. Because of the laws. Yeah, because of the laws. But yeah, it's not a spot for creatives. They don't really put an emphasis on creatives.
And were you like started taking off in the music in Singapore? That was kind of when it all started, like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Did you realize then that there was just a huge ceiling here and you needed to go somewhere else?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I never saw a path from Singapore to the top. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But being in Ireland now, I can genuinely see like a proper path. Like,
yeah, and years ago in Ireland there wouldn't have been a path.
Yeah.
Like years ago there was no such thing.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen all the artists that are actually famous from Ireland, they've all had to move to somewhere like the UK or the States to actually get their fame.
Yeah.
But only now I've started to see a lot of people actually are like, you know what, there's a huge market here for across industry. That's
It's so surprising that it's went that way, because at the same time, the number of venues has been in decline.
Huge,
So that doesn't really make sense, doesn't it?
COVID was probably a good thing, you know, for a lot of these artists, kind of realizing that we can actually start using social media and start promoting ourselves through that. When there's nothing else to do. What do you do? You start making music. All the creatives go in.
That's facts.
Lockdown and stuff.
Yeah, even TikTok, as much as I might hate it, like, has become like the go-to place to market yourself. And like, it's. Do you
use TikTok?
Yeah, I use a lot of TikTok. I discover a lot of music on TikTok.
Yeah.
As well, though. I feel like artists kind of discover music on TikTok and then can kind of like create a little connection through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Instagram is kind of similar as well. I suppose the two of them, the two giants.
Yeah, the two giants for real.
Are there any like causes or like issues that you're passionate about that you try to address through your music? One of your older songs was G.O something, G.O.A.F, is it?
Gaff. Give a fuck.
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind that?
That was for the housing crisis in Dublin. Yeah.
Which is still ongoing.
Yeah. It's still ongoing. Still fucked.
Yeah.
I sampled the Deputy Stag clip. I don't know if you guys know that one.
Very funny.
Unparliamentary language. Yeah. I definitely I have very strong beliefs in my personal life, like, that I try to express through my music, for sure.
What are some of them beliefs?
Well,
it's a podcast. Let's go.
Sorry, I forgot where we were, man. No, like the housing crisis, especially the song that I did, Gaff. It's kind of ridiculous how hard it is for a young person to survive in Dublin. You know, the government does not help us at all. Like, they're leaving us to fucking struggle by ourselves. So that's one thing that I care about. I haven't like done anything towards this yet, but like the Palestine thing is one thing that I care a lot about as well. I feel that's just honestly one of the most horrible things I've ever seen, man. And I've gone to a few of the marches in Dublin and stuff, and I have some friends who are really involved in it, and like, yeah, there's a couple of things.
Do you think something like that would inspire you to start writing about a topic like that? Because it isn't like rap all about self-expression and like how you feel about certain things.
I feel like it's kind of hard for me to write about something like that, because obviously I care a lot about it, but at the end of the day, it's not my experience.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? I'm not there. Like, I'm not on the ground. I don't know what's going on. And a lot of my music is about my own experiences throughout the world and trying to guide myself through the world, like, you know. So yeah, I would love to do more stuff that like impacts things further than me and beyond me, but
music is such a good avenue to do that, though.
It is. It is.
But I like you said, you have to have personal experience, otherwise it won't feel natural, won't
it? I try to help guide people who feel similar to me, who felt like they never really fit in and stuff like that, and try to help them realize that, you know, there's more out there. You know.
Yeah. Great stuff. What's up next for you then? You got some releases coming out soon, don't you?
Yeah, I have a tape coming out with Objects NWO, J.F.O. That's the first tape. We got another tape called Crystal Palace coming after that. Down the line, I got some singles coming up. Nomad. I got a few tracks with Tosan, who's a great rapper from Ireland, from Dublin, only 19 years old. Kid's a fucking superstar. Have songs with Kid Kuba, Excalibur. I was just in the studio last week with Hickey, who's one of like the best producers in Ireland, best producers in the world, no cap. So yeah, I got a few exciting things coming up.
What about your track coming out next weekend?
Yeah, so next week is I Really Fucking Miss You / Wedding Rings. We made this track like 2 years ago, man, in Objects Nanny's attic in Kells, and it's just been in the vault since then. But I used to have a really hard time with like releasing music because I wanted everything to be perfect, you know.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of just in the point where like, nah, I just need to get as much shit out there as possible. Like, so yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now.
Unreal, man.
Get
Class.
the fucking ball rolling.
I look forward to hearing it.
Thank you,
savage
man.
stuff.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. Really good episode.
Fuck yeah, it's over already, is it?
I think so.
Oh, god damn, man. Feel like we're just getting started.